What's up, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the 10-day flare, where I talk about exactly what I would do if I was to get in a Crohn's flare again. Before we dive in, I want to remind you I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is just some guy who's been through a lot of flares and successfully gotten out of them, as well as talked to and worked with a lot of people who have been in flares and gotten out of them, and compiled all of that into what I'm sharing with you today. It may not work for you. It's very possible. Some of it hopefully will, and hopefully you can glean from some of this, but we're all different. I'm just trying to pass along all of the information I have learned because I know how much it sucks to be in a flare. But please remember to consult your doctor, and remember that I am not a doctor and I do not know everything. That is for sure. All right, diving in. Day 2. On day 1, we did just water with some electrolytes or lemon, and I asked you to clear your schedule as much as possible without being irresponsible, of course. I know we all have responsibilities and things we need to do, but for 10 days, I wanted you to be aggressive with how much time you could allow yourself to take off and recover. So now we're going to talk about what to put into that white space. The first thing and the most important thing by far is sleep. I would recommend you get at least 10 hours a night during this 10-day period. I know that may sound like a lot. I know that may be a stretch for some of you, but this is the easiest, simplest way to help your body heal and recover. Just sleep more. You're probably going to find that you're more tired, especially for these first few days, as you don't really eat as much and just switch to a liquid diet. Maybe you were drinking a lot of caffeine and now you're not anymore. You may need that extra rest anyways, but it's also a great way to help your body encourage that healing process. If for some reason you can only get, let's say, 7 hours a night because of your job or your responsibilities, then during that white space in your day, you have 2 hours, take a nap, man. Take a nap. I used to sleep 14, 12 hours a night and then take 1 to 2 hour to 2 hour long naps a day. That's how run down I was. I was literally tired enough to sleep that much, which sounds insane, but if you're in a really bad flare, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's the first thing I would do with that white space, is find some more time for sleep. The second thing is go for walks, do yoga, do some stretching, do something exercise related that is restorative. If you have been going to the gym, I would encourage you to stop for these 10 days. I know that sounds crazy coming from a personal trainer, but we're really trying to reduce the strain on your body as much as possible. I do not want you to just sit on the couch and do nothing. You need to be going for a walk, doing some stretching, doing some yoga for at least 30 minutes a day. This will not only help your body recover, but it also helps your headspace, because if you're just sitting on the couch kind of waiting to get better, it can really drag on you mentally. At least it does for me. So getting outside for a walk, so stretching, maybe going to a yoga class, something like that can be really restorative. So plug that into your calendar as well. The other thing I would do is, if you have some good friends that are fun to be around, enjoyable to be around, try and set up a time or two during this 10 days where you guys can all hang out in a place that's very comfortable for you. You probably don't want to go out to eat because you probably won't be able to eat anything. So what I found was it's easier just to invite some people over for a movie or a fun game night or whatever. Just laugh, have a good time, relax. It's really important to try and elevate your mental state as much as possible during these 10 days, because we all know how draining it is to feel really sick. Like, anybody feeling really sick has a hard time being happy. So getting around some people that you really enjoy being around, laughing, having a good time is a great way to, again, encourage your body in that healing process. So those are the 3 big things I would add to my calendar: more sleep, some sort of restorative exercise, a walk, yoga, stretching, hanging out with friends that you enjoy, that are fun, that make you laugh, that you laugh together. And then the last one I would add in is meditation. This one can be scary for some people because they're like, oh God, I don't know how to meditate. But it's really not that hard. All I want you to do is sit somewhere comfortable. You don't have to be in this like Zen pose. You can sit on your lazy boy for all I care. Close your eyes. And the easiest way I've found to not let myself get drowned in all the noise of my mind, because you know when you close your eyes and you try to relax, your brain is like screaming at you all the time. The easiest way I found is just to repeat a simple phrase. People use all sorts of different things. I just like to use hum. I know that sounds silly, but when I breathe out, I just say hum. And then I breathe in, hum. And I usually don't even do it audibly. I just do it silently. But that's enough to keep my brain focused on the fact that I'm doing a hum and not the fact that I need to get up and do the laundry. And after I do it for about 5 to 10 minutes, I start to feel really relaxed and tend to enjoy the experience. Not every time, but again, this will also help you stay in a positive frame of mind and combat that natural unease and sadness that comes along with being really sick. So those are the 4 things that I would do. Add more sleep, do some form of restorative exercise for 15-30 minutes. It doesn't have to be that long. Set a time or two to hang out with friends during these 10 days that are fun to be around, a fun time where you feel comfortable and you feel safe. Don't go out to a bar for drinks and you can't drink and they're all drinking. No, have them over, do something restorative together. Maybe you could go for a hike together or do a yoga class together, something like that. And then the last one, meditate every day for 10 minutes. This may be hard. Meditating is not super comfortable at first. And if you just sit there and all your does is your mind just races, that's fine. It's okay. Just do it anyways for 10 minutes. Just relax, repeat the phrase to yourself. Breathe deeply. You're going to probably start to notice a difference in 10 days. The last thing that we're changing is we're going to add in some of that bone broth and the Absorb Plus Elemental Shake. So our diet for the next few days is going to consist of water with electrolytes or lemon, bone broth, and the Absorb Plus Elemental Shake. You can mix and match, make sure you get in plenty of water. I know it may not be super fun and you're probably going to experience some hunger, but this is the quickest way I've personally found to reduce my symptoms. There's a link to the bone broth and the Absorb Plus Elemental Shake as well as the electrolytes that I personally use. You do not have to use them, but if you are going to get bone broth or a different shake, just make sure you get some high quality bone broth and not some stuff where they just throw the chickens in a grinder. Yeah, you don't really want that. And if you're going to do a different shake, you can't just get any random whey protein shake from Walmart. That probably is going to cause more damage than good. So the reason I chose this elemental shake is it doesn't have a lot of junk in it. You can get the one with no sugar for even less junk if you want to go extreme. And it works really well for me and a lot of other people. So we're adding in those 3 things. That is our complete diet: water, bone broth, elemental shake. You got this.